Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ash here, coming at you today in Clash Royale. I am joined by none other than JuicyJ, back on the channel to help me out. What's up, Juicy? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How about you, Ash?
I am doing fantastic. Also, I noticed that you're doing pretty dang well yourself, man. Uploading daily to YouTube. Massive shout out. Everybody should go and check out Juicy's channel after they're done watching this one. How you enjoying the content, man?
It's great. I used to play competitive Clash Royale, like you know, but just really focusing on like putting out quality content. It's definitely a lot more fun, in my opinion. Like, help people learn how to play the game, pass on the information that I gained while I was a pro player.
Yeah, man, you love to see it, dude. You love to see it. So keep up the good work there. Again, all of Juicy's info, guys, will be in the show notes for you. But today, you also finished #1 in the global tournament. Dude, I'm so embarrassed, man. This is the first one ever, but I forgot to play in it, man. I forgot what was going on. I totally forgot about it, man. So I feel like a total idiot. I really don't like it. But either way, it's not about me. It's about you. 42 wins. We're going to watch the win that got you to 42. Congratulations, man. Obviously, I'm assuming this is the first time you finished first in a global tournament?
Yeah, this is actually the first time I've ever gotten first in a global tournament or on ladder. So I'm actually super hype.
Dude,
it was a lot of fun to play.
You're gonna have to pick up the re-sign with an org or something, man. Go pro again, dude. Well, congratulations. We're here to break down Graveyard. I have a year-long quest that I'm taking very seriously. Dude, I pushed up to almost 6,500 trophies, which I know sounds like nothing to you and a lot of my viewers. But to me, I'm getting closer and closer to, I think I need just around 6,600 to get to a new personal best. I tilted a little bit afterwards, but I'm pretty confident, man. I'm feeling pretty good about this deck. I feel like I'm making strides. I do have some trouble areas, though, that I'll ask you about in today's video. But want to go ahead and start with one of your replays?
All right, sounds good.
Let's do the, which one do you want to start with? We want to do the one that you didn't play, Graveyard?
Yeah, so I think if we go over the second replay here, we can really...
I just press watch. Yeah, I'm in.
Nice. We can go over this matchup. So we're watching actually from my opponent's perspective here. He's running Splashyard. He's using Valk Tombstone version, which is probably my favorite version at the moment. I'm using Royal Hogs, and this matchup is especially difficult if you have Knight. But with the Valkyrie, it's a little bit easier, maybe like 60-40 or 65-35 for the pig side. So definitely kind of a tough matchup. So this will be a good replay to go.
Why do you switch to pigs if you went Graveyard most of the global tourney?
So to be honest, I actually played Hog Earthquake for the majority of the tournament.
All right.
But I did switch to Splashyard for a few of my final games to really clutch up the end of the tournament.
Okay. Why? Is it just because those matches don't take as long?
The thing is, like, I don't know. I kind of played the first global tournament with Splashyard on my main account, and on my second account, I just decided that I want to try another deck and see how I could do. Okay.
Don't be hating on my Graveyard, you know? Okay, so break down this match here. Tell us what the opponents, like, from their perspective, what are they doing right and wrong here?
So right now, he's doing a really good job of pressuring me while I don't have my Earthquake in cycle, and he also did a good job of like using the Valkyrie to defend the Royal Hogs. The Tombstone isn't the best defense for the Royal Hogs, since it's just a lot of Earthquake value, and the Earthquake takes it out very quickly. The thing that is annoying for him is my Archer Queen. Like, if you look at this matchup on paper, if the Archer Queen is not in the deck, like, you would probably think, okay, of course Splashyard would win this matchup, but just pay attention to my Archer Queen use. You can see how annoying it can be to kind of block the lane, especially versus the baby dragons.
She's the worst.
Yeah.
I hate like going against Archer Queen with this deck with Splashyard. I play the Knight version, but I hate going against Archer Queen, and I hate when they use her high, you know? Like, at least when they use her in the back, at least I can kind of game plan. But sometimes when they use her high, she's just tough to get rid of. But anyway, yeah.
So what he did a good job there is he actually played his Tombstone like high in the ops lane. It still pulled all the pigs, and it allows him to pull the pigs without giving me Earthquake value. So that was really good by him.
Yeah.
The weird thing that he did there was he shouldn't have placed that baby dragon like the opposite lane. And then, like you said, versus the queen, she is very difficult to get around, especially those high queens. What you need to be doing as a Splasher player is wait for your moment while you're going with a big push to tornado the queen at the opposite lane. Obviously, since you see where I'm placing my queen right here, I'm making it so you can't tornado at the opposite lane. But if you ever get that opportunity, especially in like a lower trophy range, a lot of players can play it high and in the middle. So when they are doing that, you need to look for that opportunity to tornado the opposite lane, because once you get that queen out of the picture, you can really shred their tower with a good like baby dragon graveyard push.
What do you think of that last Ice Wizard he used in the back? I know it's like a kind of a weird niche question, but I'm always reluctant to Ice Wiz when I know they have, like, for example, you had Earthquake. I know you don't really want to be using it there against just an Ice Wiz, but I'm always reluctant to Ice Wiz on my weak side towers. That's something I just need to get over because having the spell out of hand is always a good thing.
It definitely depends. Like if they have Fireball, I don't think it's a good play. Just always cycle your Ice Wiz in the same lane.
Yeah.
But against any sort of Earthquake deck, like just Ice Wizard in the back is actually a really solid play. Just because it kind of will block the lane. The Earthquake doesn't give that much value, and it's very cheap as well.
So here you're sitting pretty, you're looking pretty good, and you're kind of just almost spell cycle to just put pressure on at this point. But I wanted to ask too, how often, this is another situation that I find myself in that I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing or not a lot. And that is like being, oh, there it is. Well, he tried. He tried. Didn't really work out, but that's what you meant in terms of like maybe earlier, if you were given the opportunity in the match. So GG's on this. There it goes. Boom, tower down. I wanted to ask you, naked graveyards, man. Is that something that you do? Like sometimes you'll just be caught in a weird position where you need to defend, but you want them to allocate some elixir away from their offense, but you don't have a tank for the graveyard. Like, how often, if ever, are you naked graveyarding just to cycle or you know, whatever?
So that's a fantastic question. Generally, you never want a naked graveyard. There's one instance where you might do that.
Okay.
But generally, you always want to get a tank for the graveyard. What you can do a lot of time is what we talked about in the last lesson is go with those graveyard bar barrel pushes. That quick, like little push. Adding that to elixir bar barrel can really help you out and getting that tank down for a little bit and getting a lot more damage. There's one instance where I do naked graveyard and it's versus a log bait. Against the log bait, obviously you need to save the bar barrel for the goblin barrel. And when they start rocket cycling, obviously they're going to be blocking you with the Inferno Tower. Sometimes you do have to go with a naked graveyard poison in that matchup. Okay.
Well, I jumped into a match. So naked graveyard poison against log bait, which I have done before. Log bait, I feel like, is a matchup that most of the time I'm winning. That should be the case, right? That's a good matchup for us? Okay, good.
Log bait is a pretty solid matchup. If you get the very, very top of ladder, it can be difficult sometimes because they will like rocket cycle you more early on. But generally, it's a pretty solid matchup.
Okay. So here I am in this matchup here. Just kind of, I'm just going to do like what I would normally do. I switched at the same time that he giant skeleton, so I didn't see that coming. I really don't have, this is a kind of an awkward position for me. I'm just going to baby D in the back.
Yep, baby D in the back, and then you can get tombstone down the middle. Yep, that's perfect.
I'm just going to delay a little bit here.
Yeah, I think you're big chilling right now. Okay, he's going to
I'm going to NATO a little bit early here, just in case.
So I don't think you needed NATO and Barbarel. You could have survived with one or the other. If you didn't use one or the other, you could have graveyarded here.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we talked about last time too, right?
Like I would want to poison this. Would you or no?
Yeah, I think you can. You just have to be a little bit careful.
Yeah, I'm fine. So, okay, that is what we talked about, me over defending, and I did it again, damn it!
But yeah, once you get that really good defense,
just chill. Like,
you can just go with those graveyard pushes on the offense then.
Alright, so again here, I don't know if I need that Ice Wizard, but I'm just kind of waiting.
Yeah, you just have to
I think he might have Balloon. Do you think he might have Balloon?
I don't know. I think it's just some sort of giant skelly clone deck.
Weird. Yeah.
My guess is like he has. I think his win condition is just the clone and the skelly barrel and the giant skelly.
Okay, so here I'm gonna do your move.
Okay.
Is that okay?
That's okay. It's a little bit aggressive since he can defend very cheaply.
Yeah, you can. He used the baby D though, at least, so I should be able to defend.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty solid poison value.
Yeah.
You might want to just ignore that baby dragon, focus on defense here.
That's my game plan here. I'm gonna nade. Oh no. Okay, that's all good. And I'm gonna just gonna knight here, and I'm not gonna NATO, bro.
Yeah, very nice, very nice.
All right. So here I want a graveyard.
Okay, fine. What I would like to see you do though is defend and then counter push.
Yeah, you're right.
Same lane as your opponent.
Because I knew he had Skarmy in hand. Like, what the heck was it gonna do there? You're like, okay, Ash. I guess you want to be an idiot. That's cool, bro. That's cool. If you want to be an idiot, that's fine.
Yeah, just like right now, I just want you to focus, get a good defense, like maybe here, and then counter push with like baby dragon or your knight, for example.
Yeah. So I didn't do any of that stuff, so I'm just gonna poison again.
That's fine.
But I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. I hear your feedback.
Okay.
All right.
I like where this is going right now. You just wait for him to self-destruct, right? Like
Yeah,
eventually
yeah.
he's gonna go really aggressive, and you can just counter push off of that.
Yeah. Okay.
This is good. NATO probably.
Yeah. Kind of botched that a little bit, but hopefully I don't need to use anything else. Ah, come on. All right, so should I go in here?
With a knight and a graveyard.
Okay.
Nice.
No,
He's
baby
gonna
D.
scar me, get a poison down.
Okay. Okay.
You don't need to poison that.
Okay, yeah.
Nice.
All
See,
good.
now look how much more damage you're getting in this situation.
Yeah.
When you just
right.
get the defense and you
You're
get
right.
the knight down and you counter push and you just win. It's that easy.
It's that easy, man. That's it. You just win.
So instead of like going graveyard ops lane, just get that good defense down. You might need a NATO on offense. I don't remember how much damage. I think you're good though.
Boom, we get done.
Look at that.
All right.
Perfect game.
Yeah, we were patient. It wasn't the cleanest, but you know, we got the job done. All right. So feedback there again, early on, over defending. Dumb graveyard, just focus same lane and defending, right? And then other than that, pretty good. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, I think the two main mistakes there are over defense and then the little opposite lane pushes that you're doing. Instead, when you focus same lane, once you get that optimal defense, then you can counter push. You didn't even have an optimal defense. Honestly, the only counter pushing unit was that 1 health baby dragon, but a good knight graveyard at the bridge, keeping that baby dragon alive, made it so you could break through and take his entire tower.
I love it. All right, cool, man. Hey, listen, I'm struggling with Lava Hound, dude. It's my most difficult matchup. Do you mind? I want to watch the match that you play Graveyard to get to #1, but first, can we just watch this Bala Camaro replay here?
100%. Let's do
All
it.
right. So pick me apart, man. Tell me everything I'm doing wrong because, good God. First of all, I hate Flying Machine. It's one of my most hated cards in the game, dude. I hate that card. Hate that card. I can't stop it, man. I can't stop it. But other than that, though, I was a little bit late. I did have my son on my lap in this match, but I can't really I can only use that as an excuse on that very first night play. I was a little late for it. Other than that, I still played my best. I just didn't know what the hell to do. So here we go.
So obviously against Lava Fireball it can be more difficult. You might have to do some more obsolete stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna pause. Sorry.
Yep.
But like even that poison, the bar barrel, like was that okay?
I think the bar barrel was fine. And the poison is 100% necessary to defend here.
All right.
The only thing that I would say is, what is this tombstone actually doing?
It's just there to make me mentally feel more safe.
Don't actually. Can you rewind just a little bit? See if you got your Ice Wizard cycle.
Okay. So here we go.
Okay, so we get the Bay Dragon.
So now he's coming at me, and I'm like, I don't know that he doesn't have Balloon yet. So, and I don't know, even though I should know that because he has Miner, but in my head I didn't know that at this time.
So the Bar Barrel was great. It tanked the Flying Machine. You did the Tombstone before the poison. You should do the poison first. You always want to get the poison down first because you use Skelly Drags and Flying Machine, so you want to be able to cycle back that poison quicker.
Okay. Okay.
And the Tombstone ended up being necessary. I don't mind it because you didn't have your Ice Wizard and cycle right away. You were able to cycle back to it there.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant to say.
So honestly, pretty solid defense, but you can see how you're a little bit lower on Elixir. Just because you had that rough starting hand, you didn't have that Ice Wizard and cycle right away.
Yep. So now I have to use Knight here, or I could have. Would you have tried to activate this? I don't even. 100%. I can't. I don't even mess around with the Golden Knight, bro. I don't even try to predict what he's gonna do.
I think the Knight is just great there.
Okay. Okay. So here I didn't know what to do again. I bar barrel cycled. Should I have done it on the Tombstone instead?
I would have done it on the Tombstone. I don't think it really matters that much, but I think Tombstone would have been better just to take it out.
So here he comes again.
Here on this defense, I would go that. I would go Ice Wizard probably high above my Tombstone in case he has Fireball because we haven't seen his spells yet. Okay. But you do need to get an Ice Wizard down this defense.
Okay, okay.
He goes with arrows. You do the Ice Wizard, which is fantastic. And then...
This is my... Okay. I should...
So what
I was an idiot! I can't even look at it. I can't even look at it. That was so awful. That was so awful.
Let's rewind that. Let's go step by step.
That was okay. Okay, let's rewind. So
10
listen,
seconds.
I told you this off air. I was like, I made one major NATO mistake in this one. Was there anything? Because like, listen, I know that was a really really dumb play, right? But
Okay,
that aside, is my strategy
play.
right? Is my overall question? You know?
Yeah, 100%. That's what I was going to talk about.
Yeah.
It's the simple mistakes that are easiest to fix. So right here, I go Knight to protect the Ice Wizard from the Mega Minion, then wait to see where the Miner plays. If the Miner is in a safe spot, then you Tornado all the Lava Pups and the Miner together, bring the Miner towards your Knight. If he plays in the back, then you can get the nice activation. You don't have to worry about messing up because then you're chilling.
You're right. So he plays
defense, your Knight's high.
In back, activate. In front, NATO everything together.
Yep.
All right. And it also cost me, because of that move, it cost me like kind of a panic tombstone there.
Yep, the panic tombstone also hurt because then you don't have like a lot of elixir for any sort of counter push or anything like that.
So here I go for it. No, I don't. Okay. I go for it soon. I'm like, eventually I start getting frustrated. I'm like, all right, dude, I need to try to get some damage on his tower, you know?
Yep, I 100% understand, but this is what kills you here. Your offense is great. If you could have done this after defending, look how great that poison NATO was.
I know, it was amazing.
Now you just don't have poison.
Now I lose.
Yeah, you just don't have poison or NATO for defense, right?
Yeah.
So ideally what we do in this matchup is you just stack same lane, kind of like that giant skeleton game you just played. You wait for them to go too aggressive, you wait for them to self-destruct. They don't have fireballs, so you can stack Ice Wizards and Baby Dragons on defense, and you get in a situation where your defense is like taking so long that you can use a poison on defense versus like a flying machine or skelly drags, and then poison on offense too after you cycle back to it for the counter push. And then you can poison like his skelly drags, which is his main graveyard counter in this matchup.
Yeah, dude, that dude smoked me, man. That last counter push, he did what I was trying to do, man. He did what, you know, like he waited for me. Toronto 6 side, you guys. I'm supposed to let Ash win, bro. Okay, cool. Okay, let's watch your match here. It's the one against, here we go. So walk us through, man. Into the mind of a pro. Give us the rundown here.
All right, so right now, I knew that whoever won this game would win the global tournament.
Ooh.
And I just wanted to...
Let me pause. This is the dumbest question I've ever asked. I've never asked it yet on the channel ever. Where were you playing, man? Were you in your bedroom? Were you in your living room?
Right here, bro.
You're sitting right there.
It's work time, bro. We sitting in the gaming chair. We got the setup. We're ready to go.
Were you listening to music?
No, I listen to game sound only when I'm playing, seriously.
Okay, all right. Back at it. So so you knew this is the last match. Sorry to interrupt. Where's your head at?
So my head right now is, I know he is Giant Graveyard. This guy is a Giant Graveyard one trick. He doesn't switch decks.
Ooh.
And I know that I just want to wait till double elixir. If he plays something, I can respond to it. I have a pretty good starting hand, but if we're just going to wait, I'm just going to wait till double elixir because Splashyard is actually better in double elixir than Giant Graveyard, because then I will have enough elixir to defend his graveyards without poison and be able to use my poison on offense. But he goes Skeleton Army, the bridge here. I go with the Icers in the middle. He goes with the Snowball. Right now, he's just like probing, trying to figure out what deck I'm using. He probably knows I'm playing Splashyard at this point.
I'm going to pause.
I cycled Tombstone.
I'm going to ask you so many dumb questions because I just want to really get nitty gritty here.
Hopefully
my viewers So why do you go Ice Wiz in the middle rather than just like wait for the last second to drop it on the, the Skarmy in front of your tower?
Honestly, I could have done either.
Okay.
But actually placing the Ice Wizard in the middle and lower versus Skeleton Army, it's just slightly, it's the little things that matter, right? It's just slightly a little bit better in the situation. Because the longer I can keep my Ice Wizard on my side of the map, the more annoying it is for him. Okay. If I place it at the bridge, then he can respond to it. Like he could have just snowballed it like away from his tower, for example, and countered it for the 2 elixir. But I actually get like a couple Ice Wizard shots on the right side, which doesn't seem like much. But when you're in a top level game like this, every little thing matters.
Absolutely. Okay, so then after that Ice Wizard, you make the decision to go Tombstone, knowing that he has Giant, in his deck. So, and then he arrows it right away. So, what are you thinking right now?
So, I went the Tombstone because I didn't want to place my Baby Dragon in the back because it's Archer Queen value. And I 100% don't use my Valkyrie because I need it for either the Dark Prince or the Queen on defense. Okay. I can't poison the Queen because versus Giant Graveyard or any sort of big tank plus Graveyard, you need to poison the graveyards in single elixir. And like regular Splashyard mirror matchups, you don't want to ever really poison on defense. But versus like the big tank plus graveyard, you need to poison because you need lots of elixir to deal with the tank.
Ooh,
so this is actually probably the winning move for me right there was that tornado. If I did anything else there, I was pretty screwed on this push. But being able to defend here with the poison down first, then the Ice Fist on the Queen, it really made it so that I could survive the single elixir. You can see right now, like, I'm so low on elixir just because it takes a lot of elixir to defend those giant Graveyard Queen pushes. But surviving till single elixir is all I have to do in this matchup. Once I get the double elixir, then I can use baby dragons and barbarels and maybe even Valkyries on the defense of his graveyards, and then counter push and use my poison offense to break through either his Arch Queen, his minions, or his skeleton army.
So I pause right here at 1 minute on the dot. I'm gonna press play. 3, 2, 1, go. You bar barrel, boom. Okay, just to put a little bit of pressure, just to get something out of him. So yeah.
So yeah, Barbarel is a really good like waiting play. Forces some elixir.
Sure.
Here I poison. So now I know it's double elixir. I can poison Arch Queens, and he's gonna have to use an early ability here, which is great.
Is it safe to say poison Archer Queen every time double elixir, no matter the deck? Unless you're, like,
I would say that's pretty safe.
Yeah.
I would say it's pretty safe.
Okay.
So here, I was kind of worried. I just got the Ice Fist Baby Dragon down. I know that can defend the Giant, so I'm just going to worry about this left side. On the left side here, I just go with the Poison here because I didn't have like a lot of troops to be able to defend, just playing safe. And then the Barb Barrel there, that's a really instructive moment. That Barb Barrel is a very important placement you want to use versus very quick ground troops. You can even fully counter a Lumberjack with that Barb Barrel placement with a quick reaction time.
Okay. The cool thing is here is I totally missed the bar barrel, so here we go. I want to see it again.
So we're getting the defense here.
Yeah.
Right side's good. I need ground stuff on the left. All I have is the Barb Barrel. Check out the placement. You want to make it so the Barbarian lands right on the bridge there, pulling the troop back. That can fully counter a Lumberjack.
Perfect.
And it's very useful versus the Dark Prince as well if you don't have the Valkyrie or Tombstone cycle. I had to use the Tornado there. It was actually pretty useful to kill the minions as well there.
So now in your mind right now, you haven't really done much either. So are you still just waiting for triple elixir time, basically?
Yeah, right now I'm waiting for triple elixir or for a good moment for a counter push. It might be coming up. Once again here,
get baby D damage. Yep.
Just poisoning. So like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of nervous.
Yeah.
Like maybe I can get away with defending these graveyards with pushes, but right now in my head I'm like, I actually have the damage lead. There's no reason for me to just play passive, wait for triple elixir, then start defending those graveyards without the poison.
Okay. So again,
use the Barb Barrel, force the Queen ability.
Yep. Poison.
So this is a really good moment here.
Yeah.
He actually played his Giant graveyard a little bit like too late. The Giant wasn't tanking for his graveyard because the Ice Wizard was slowing it. So I took this moment to defend with the troops.
That's it.
Since he didn't really have much. And like, look at this big counter push. Definitely getting the graveyard down as soon as I can here. And then using poison or NATO on offense is usually going to be good. He's not defending it with Skeleton Army though. He does Skeleton Army now. At this point, graveyard's already over, so I'm not going to use any spells.
Yep.
This is a really good Tornado. Pull the Giant back, pull the Queen forward, kill the Skeleton Army. Really good value.
I want to ask you about that decision. Another thing that I don't want to say struggle with, but I'm not sure about. I guess I'll wait. Okay. I'll wait till this finishes, actually.
Yeah. So this is also a really cool moment.
Yep.
This Tombstone placement is very good in Graveyard Mirror matches. Obviously, you don't see it much in a Giant Graveyard Mirror matchup because usually you have to use the Tombstone versus the Giant. But as you can see here, just using my troops versus the Giant, Tombstones helps a lot versus the Graveyard. And then this huge double Baby Dragon counter push. The Queen takes out one of the Baby Dragons, but look at all those troops heading towards his tower. It gets pretty close here because Snowball's kind of like a mini freeze almost.
Right.
But
so you get the damage, and there it is. Boom, well played. The question I was gonna ask is like, how do you decide? I mean, when I ask the question, it sounds like the answer is going to be obvious, right? Like if they have Swarm, you use NATO. But like sometimes I struggle on, I'll have like a baby dragon surviving, for example, and I know for whatever reasons, it's a good time to go in for a graveyard, right? So I have NATO and Poison and Graveyard all in my hand or next up, right? And I have the baby dragon. I'm reluctant to, would you be rather NATOing or poisoning if you don't obviously just want to do both. So like, how do you reconcile the decision to NATO or poison in the moment?
Obviously, it is very in the moment. It depends on a lot of different factors.
Yeah.
I would say generally, if you have a baby dragon, I like to try and get the NATO because sometimes if you have the baby dragon counter pushing, the NATO can not only kill swarm units, but pull anything that he's using, like let's say Knight or Valkyrie, for example, towards the tower so the bait can splash. Like going against a log bait could be a good example of this. Like let's say you were going against classic log bait, you have a baby dragon counter pushing, he goes Knight to distract the baby dragon and Goblin Gang on the graveyard. You can use your tornado, it has such a wide radius, pull the Knight right next to the tower, and pull the Goblin Gang and kill it, and allow the baby dragon to splash a Knight, the Goblin Gang, and the tower, as well as kill that Goblin Gang very quickly for your graveyard. Generally, versus swarm stuff, like you can use poison as well. Let's say you're going with a Knight graveyard, you can use poison or tornado. Poison's gonna be a little bit better in certain situations because it's gonna just allow you to get that guaranteed like high amount of damage.
Yep.
But the tornado can also be a little bit quicker, right? Because the skeleton army, for example, will die very quickly.
Okay,
so
I got you. Nice activation, by the way.
This is another cool replay. I like this.
It was, and I think that, you know, we talked a little bit off air, and like it's against Starlight, one of the best graveyard players out there, but you got that early activation, which really changed everything for you. I guess my final question is, remind me again, because I forgot, because I'm old, is against Golem, what is my strategy again? Am I hitting opposite lane at all? Well, like when he drops Golem, I have no troops that are slow enough to make sense to, you know, maybe Tombstone. Other than that, you know, what should I be doing when they drop Golem?
So if they drop a Golem or big tank in the back, it depends on what spell they have, right? Because if they have lightning, it's really hard to go same lane because they're just gonna get lots of lightning value. Versus like lava fireball and like Golem lightning, a really good play that you can do is just throw a Knight in the opposite lane. If it's not, especially if it's not double elixir, you don't really want to go Knight graveyard opposite lane. But if you do Knight opposite lane, they have to respond to it, or the Knight does a lot of damage if he doesn't respond to it. Usually you have to use 2 or 3 elixir. It's a really good play you can make versus those big tank decks. And then you can focus on defense. You do the Knight opposite lane, then you can Ice Wisdom back or Tombstone same lane as the Golem and try and set up for the defense. Okay, that's perfect. Perfect answer. I'll utilize that strategy. Juicy, thanks so much for coming back on the channel, man. Guys, perfect time to go ahead and check out Juicy's information, his Twitch channel, his YouTube channel, his Twitter information, and his player stats and profiling, statsroyale.com, all provided for you guys, along with the deck link in the show notes below. Thanks again for joining us, man. Always a pleasure to have you on, dude. It was a pleasure to be here, man. Thanks for having me. No problem, guys. That's going to do it. Thank you for watching all the way till the end. Big shout out to Bren Chong, my YouTube partner as well. Check out his information in the description below. Thank you. And as always, take care, guys.